News today. All the eggs.
Yep.
Hello, this is not a spring chicken this morning. Well, as you can see, there's a lot of news going on. In fact, one of the ones that does kind of concern me is, how do you recall 228 million eggs? Well, we didn't use any eggs this morning because you caught us cooking. And we're making, oh, yes, a caramel cherry ring. But for now, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headline. Hey, I see you got your friends with you again today.
I know. You know, we've got our favorite Mary Jane Obama.
Well, and as you can see, we've got we're doing microwave cooking gourmet style.
Well, in 10 minutes, we're having breakfast, folks.
I know. It's going to be so good. But if you don't agree with Obama, you're Islamophobic.
Well, yeah, here's a good one. The governor of New York said this morning that he personally knows the President of the United States has told the people at the Trade Center and the people on the extreme left to dig in your heels because we've got the Republicans on the run on this issue.
Do they really believe him?
But they're all loonies. I mean, okay, they're still drinking whatever they're drinking because they're taking. Republicans are on the wrong side of the issue. The people of this nation are demanding that they said overwhelmingly the whole state of New York, which is very left-wing leaning, has said by a 3-to-1 margin, which is 75%, folks, that they don't want that mosque built where it's at.
Jury deadlocks and all but one charge against Rod Blagojevich.
Yeah, and what Obama didn't want, this thing is going to be going on right through the fall election. It was basically it said everything that Obama could be doing wrong, he's doing wrong.
Well, and part of it is they've already tried him. Now they're trying to retry him again.
They want all these convictions. They charge. Okay, they have to convict him of all of these charges. Otherwise, in other words, basically the people are going to hang the politicians in New York that threw an elected official out for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Or you mean Chicago?
No, this is, I mean, in Illinois. I mean.
Illinois. Senators agree on framework of food safety bill.
Yeah, meaning it's going to cost you more money.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because they said that we shouldn't, they're basically using the egg thing as an example. Well, if the inspectors were doing their jobs, which, I mean, I go back to Upton Sinclair, folks. You know, we're talking about, you know, Chicago and the slaughterhouse things. He wrote the book exposing it all. They're supposed to have inspectors that go around to these places at least every now and then. Mm-hmm. And if anybody don't want around at any time, that is 228 million eggs is a god-awful lot of eggs. That's
an awful lot, and they've been making it for, well, you can look at the list, but just about everybody.
Yeah.
But, you know, part of it is if you already have eggs, salmonella is when it's uncooked. So if you cook it...
No, but people have a tendency to use uncooked eggs for things. They like mixing you know, for health drinks and stuff, and for
alcohol. Oh, that's true. And then if it's for the very young or very old, those are the ones that are typically more susceptible. Yeah. And Bush is responsible for Walter's ethics problems.
I know. They said he was so bigoted and racist. He had a whole government that was bigoted and racist, and minorities couldn't talk to his people. So they had to use what influence they had when Obama became president to try to change what Bush did to them.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And a developer won't move mosque farther from the World Trade Center.
I mean, this guy is a loony. He said, we're 2 blocks away. We're not, well, they said if you walk 60 paces to the right and make a left turn, on the other side of the building is the World Trade Center. At 60 paces is World Trade Center, I think 11, they said. Basically, you can throw a stone and hit the World Trade Center.
Well, they have been calling it the Ground Zero Mosque.
Yeah, because it is. I mean, it's not on Ground Zero, but it is 60 walking paces, which is it's 220 foot away, folks.
Well, and part of it is they were going to rebuild that Greek Orthodox church.
They won't give the Greek Orthodox church permission to build.
And that's a rebuilding.
It has to do with the fact that they have, the Greek church, it won't be grandfathered in because the new building, if they put it in, they can't serve alcoholic beverages at any of the restaurants or nightclubs or any facilities over at the Ground Zero. And if they do let the Sharia, if they let the mosque be built, they intend to enforce Sharia law in the place.
That's horrible.
That's right.
I mean, talk about obnoxious.
Well, Obama basically, he kisses the rear end of all the Muslims. Well, he is a Muslim, folks. The problem is, if we elected a Jewish president, he'd probably be really overly doing it with Israel at the moment.
Oh, that's true. Researchers, the Gulf oil spill is bigger than government claims.
You know, little mad Monty says, anybody in the world but the president knows that, folks. You can't, oil and water do not mix, but he said it's all done. Of course, he didn't actually go into the Gulf. He went to a private bay, you know, over and off the coast of Florida, which had never been hit by the oil.
Oh, well, that's why he felt so confident that it was safe.
Yeah, 80%, they said 80% of the oil is still there. It just is under the surface.
Poultry fingered as the #1 food poisoning culprit.
Oh yeah, because people they undercook almost everybody undercooked chicken. You got a Kentucky Fried Chicken, all of them. You have to have the chicken reach a certain temperature. It's why if you microwave a chicken in the an oven, you really it's set on like 1100. If you have a 700, you better microwave that chicken more because it is not done.
Are risks from WikiLeaks release overstated by the government?
Well, the press is basically saying this so they can release more information. I come from an era when I was young that if the government had a problem with a person, they didn't have a problem with that person anymore. Today, because of the political correctness, well, let the person destroy the entire government. Let the person destroy the world, because we must do things unlike those people in the past.
See, that's wrong too.
Yeah. Well, see, nobody ever knew what happened before. They had accidents or disappeared.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's like when it jeopardizes national security. There's one thing when you don't know that it does. There's another thing to release it knowing that it does.
We have a president that thinks there is no such thing as jeopardize. He said, the public should know everything. Unless it's about me, then they shouldn't know about me.
Yeah, they should know everything except for any of the financial dealings of the government and related entities.
Yeah.
For the most transparent. But Obama's message is becoming incoherent.
Well, because he doesn't care. He's president. And we've told people all along that he didn't care. And it looks very simple. I mean, he basically repeated the thing, well, if I'm a historic one-term president, it's better than being a mediocre two-term president. Unfortunately, he's not going to be a historic one-term president because there is a call among Democrats under the table to having to resign.
But it is historic.
Yeah, but it's why they're wanting Hillary moved up. It's why the Democrats are so gung-ho about Biden switching places with Hillary so that if they could get rid of this man at the top of the ticket. He's destroyed the party. They're not running. There's virtually no one, even the left-wing liberals, running on Obama's accomplishments. They're hiding from him.
Well, and he's also getting a lot of flack for his, appearance in Los Angeles a couple days ago for a fundraiser.
Yeah. It took, like they tied up the streets for almost 5 hours for him, and during rush hour it happened too, so.
I know, it's
There's just no, basically the city of Los Angeles is not designed to put all the highway traffic over on the main streets.
No, it's not. And ethics inquiries in Congress increased this year, and most of them are dealing with, actually, we already talked about that. And Arizona shelves the idea of changing an immigration law. Yeah,
because they said it's not going to do any good because Obama's just going to go to court and he's going to cherry pick a judge and they're going to toss it out again.
And China's military power is growing, but Obama can talk them out of it.
That's what he said, that they're reasonable people, just like the Iranians. We're talking, I had a relative killed in Korea, and he was killed by reasonable Chinese who sent like 100,000 soldiers against 10 people. Yeah, isn't that great?
Las Vegas considered the most stressful city, followed by Los Angeles.
Well, because the city is flat-ass broke, folks. I mean, they're losing homes at the highest rate in the world, and Nevada is a right-to-work state that is massively heavy unionized in the city of Las Vegas, and they're basically jacking the prices up to where nobody can afford to go there now.
And Democratic candidates distance themselves from Obama.
I mean, they'll let him raise money for him, but they do not want to be seen with this man, and they're campaigning against him. You got Democratic candidates that are basically running ads that we don't agree with Obama.
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
Even though our president seems to think there's actually nothing to be ashamed of being a member of the Muslim religion. If only our president understood that and he simply accepted the fact he was a Muslim.